Hello everyone. Today I will be working on another Pioneer CT-91. It's not the same as mine. Mine was CT-91A. A mean like that it's a multi-voltage, multi-continent model, and CT-91 is American unit, 120 volts. It's a little bit in rougher shape than mine. You see there are some small scuffs here on top. And like buttons here is a little bit scratched, but all in all still in the beautiful shape. And as you may see, like my model has also one port with level adjustment, not just bias. This has just bias adjustment. All right, so that's a major difference between 91 and 91A. All right. Now, let me open it. We will be working on the tape transport. I will be replacing a full set today, including pinch rollers, which are super rare and super expensive. This one with sintered brass inserts. I believe those cost about $75 or $80 each. Pretty expensive. That was provided by customer, and that's the belts. And we will measure while in flutter and see results at the end. All right, now it's blinking because first time I tried to open close and it just tried to turn on and stuck in some other position. So belts are definitely fried. So let me work on it and I meet you soon. Hey guys, and adventure starts right again. You see these 3 screws, I just pulled it from the top cover, and this is not original. Original should be of the copper color. So I'm afraid someone already tried to restore it and something didn't work well. Let's see. All right. As I told you, one screw was missing here, and now when I was pulling this out, this panel is not secured and it's just falling out. And there is another 3 screws which hold this plastic panel with the glass screen are missing, and you may see the glass is scratched from inside. Oh wow. Why? So someone very incompetent was here. All right, moving on. So far at least all major parts in place, so let's see what I can do with this deck. And just starting looking here, I see that another screw is missing right here, which should hold tape transport. So they probably were assembling in the wrong order. So they installed this plastic part and didn't remove it to get the screw behind it. Come on. Let's see the belts. Kind of belts are there. So these heads in place, rollers in place. Okay, let me see what else. This is a very wide belt here. So let me see. Yeah, I believe it's too wide for this deck. All right, original capacitors. Didn't change it again. Control board, power supply. All right, now I will be removing tape transport. Let's see how everything is there. All right. Tape transport is out. First thing I mentioned, capstan motor. One wire is cut. At least we have all wires. All right, so that's the heads, that's the sensors. All right, now let me disassemble, clean it up, lubricate, and make everything working. You see, even like this mechanism is not assembled properly. It should sit on top of this metal lever here. And to do it, you need to dismantle this part, because it can sit only when you put it and then you assemble it in place. You cannot do it afterwards. It just wouldn't fit. All right, very, very unprofessional work has been done. And it's easy to follow my videos. I'm not sure who's been working on it and when. According to the zip ties, it was probably 10 years ago. Someone was attempting to restore it, and now it's get to me a long way after. All right, so let me open it and let's see what's in there. I'm not kidding. I started disassembly, and that's how it was assembled before. Oh my gosh. I disconnected this other wire, so to have a little bit more flexibility. Oh my gosh. See. Moving on. And this screw didn't fit well because it was of incorrect size. As you may see, it's significantly bigger than the other screws. Alright, so someone messed it up. Now, the belts. As you may see, that one is 1 millimeter thick, still flexible, but other one is fried. Alright, let me clean up this mess and let's see what's next. Okay, I was able to clean up capstans pretty well. These older belts, they get into the goo disintegrated, and my understanding that this happens only with aftermarket belts. Factory belts usually just stretch, but they keep consistency. Like they may cut, but they never get into the this goo jelly mass, and that makes original work much easier with less. Oh, here is another piece of the belt I need to remove. All right, moving on. Okay, everyone. Capstans being lubricated and one belt installed, and you see what I like, that Pioneer as Sony has a really good capstan mass, and even if the belt installed, so both rotates quite long. This is not happened with the Nakamichi. Nakamichi stops like after 2 turns. Alright, because mass is much bigger here. That's why this deck will have like 0.03% wound flutter, and Nakamichi has like significantly higher. Alright, continue assembly. Okay guys, when continue assembly, pay attention. So there is a mark right here, and it should correspond to the hole on the left side. So they need to be aligned. So it should be on the left, and it should be right here. That's how you align these two gears together so they work properly in the command mode. Alright, this cam gear alignment is super important, otherwise tape transport would not work properly. Everything else is easy peasy. Hey guys, and here another pitfall. When assembling this gear, you see how wobbly it is, and it's technically one piece is missing right here, and I didn't see it falling out. So whenever, and I just like open it and like lubricate it and put it back, and like oops, that should not be working that bad. Alright, so let me see what I can make for it, because this should be rotating like straight, not wobbling. See you soon. Okay everyone, I was able to find a brass muft. You see, now it sits on the proper height. Alright, and it rotates well, and that's my brass muft I get from my set with the mufts for different diameters and lengths. I will add lots of lubricant to make sure that it will last as long as possible. Specifically the shaft made from the steel, and this is brass, so technically it should last for a long time under the slots. So that's my solution. let me pull out the muffs to show you what I'm talking about. I have this set of different muffs, and one of the smaller one, like M3 by 6 by 5, fits pretty well. Right, so that's set from Amazon, just for the case. All right, we can move forward now. I spent quite a few time trying to find something, maybe like plastic, maybe from other tape transports, so technically nothing fit well, and this is the best solution, I believe. Specifically, it sits pretty tight, no wobbling, diameter is good, and so on. See you. Bye. Here, guys, I'm continue. I removed the idler. This one is hardened, it's pretty bad, so I will be installing the new one. And we will be replacing pinch rollers. So I need access, so that's why I removed the door. Assembly don't promise to be easy, but let's see how it will go. And you see there's lots of molded levers. Interesting. All right, see you. Okay, everyone, a new idler tire is installed. What I mentioned that provided idler tire is 3D printed. So let me switch. So you can see layers on it. So I'm not sure if it will last long, but it was provided. And here is another sign like that someone was messing up. You see this red, you see this black there, sealant, black and red here. So someone's, it was like not once adjusted that the height of the whole head block, and the other one is the azimuth. So that will make me think that I would need to pay special attention. Head condition, all right, how to show you, worn moderately. I hope we would be able to adjust without significant issues. All right, continue. Now let me remove the levers and replace pinch rollers. See in a moment. Okay, everyone, and that's the high quality new pinch rollers with brass inserts. It's so shiny, this part, but the internal should be sintered brass, and they comes with two small spacers with low friction. Now let me assemble. What I also liked, so it's easy to remove these parts because they are independent, and like springs attach it to the lower plastic part, so it's much easier to work. And here is the same, as you may see. All right, let me finish replacement and let's see results. Okay, I'm installing, and what I see that there is 0 room left to install the spacers. So there is like 0.1 millimeter free movement of the muffed. So I would not install them because it will be too tight. It's right, correct, right. It should work like that. It should not be tight. All right, see you in a moment. All right. I was able to install the second pinch roller and even fit one of the spacers. So there is no room for two. So there are technically almost no movement now. I lubricated both shafts, so they rotate pretty well and should last long now. And that's the older plastic design. The steel looks not too bad, right? A little small cracks on them, but that's it. After all those years, they hold pretty well. All right, see you soon. All right. Tape transport assembled, and new pinch rollers. I believe this one is from BlackRock. Installed. It was a little bit tricky to assemble, but here is the spring. It goes into this hole with one pin and holds this stabilizer, right? So it would be goes out when the tape is ejected, right? And now I also have to assemble this one spring here. And now we would be able to see how everything works together. You may refer, I did a couple more videos, sorry, I need 2 hands for that. I did a couple more videos where I was fully disassembling and assembling this tape transport. So don't worry, you may do it. And at this moment, I've started to think that you guys try to challenge me because all decks which I'm receiving lately are being like significantly screwed up or missing parts or whenever it's happening. Like you want me to fail and you send them like just to see if I will fail or not. All right, see you. And finally assembled, including the stabilizer mechanism. So take a look how everything works. So when we open in this lever, push it up like that, and then door can go out. Okay. Excuse me. And reverse. I need to hold because I cannot with one finger roll the reel and keep it in place. Okay, now it closes and it pushes stabilizer back, as you may see. That's how it works. Then heads go up, and then pinch rollers go up in 2 stages, right, then left. Season. All right. Tape transport has been assembled. That's how it works. You see, it pushes back this mechanism, and we'll be pushing tape back. I'm also found, like, see, here we have this gray thing, and here it's missing, and it was not there, really. It's just broken. It's nothing to push tape back. Come on. This deck went through so many things. So fast forward, rewind, playback. Okay, time to test with the tape. Let me demagnetize it and prepare. See you soon. Hey guys, I had to tune playback. I had to tune DC offset voltage because it was off. I had to tune levels, and I have to tune frequency response to make it flat, and I had to tune azimuth, and like looks like everything has been touched in this deck. Like no single place where I'm look works on as it should. All right, I didn't get to the recording yet, but playback now is work really fine. So from 400 gears to 15 kilogears, both channels, there is no drop, significant drop in level, like maybe half decibel. Pretty fine, pretty nice. I'm enjoying. So that's a good sign. That was I able to get from this deck, and that's with the factory capacitors yet. All right, next I will be tuning, recording, and when everything will work, I will switch to replacing capacitors. So owner ordered to replace capacitors with WIMA. All right, I specifically get the 4.7 microfarad, so that's the biggest capacity which will fit into the standard spacing slots, because 10 microfarad is already like much bigger. Okay, and Pioneer use all these greens ones, like it's 4.7, like really just a very few of 1 microfarad, but everything else is 4.7. And 2 here, I believe, is 33 microfarad, which I will see. I don't have that WIMA to replace, but I may check if fine gold will work better. We'll see if factory will work well, so probably we'll keep them. All right, stay tuned. Here I'm back. So luckily bias was intact, so probably the only ports they didn't find in this deck. So I had to adjust by 1.5 decibel recording level. So now it's recording source tape perfectly well. And now let's go. It's minus 20 decibel. So if I will switch, it's minus 20. So from the 250 nanometer level, okay? So it shows like minus 15 here, because 0 is 160 nanometer and Dolby is plus 3 decibel here on this deck. So 400 Hz. Now 1004, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,400, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, like 1 decibel drop. Type 1 tape, 18, 19.4, 20.4, 21, 22. All right, very good results. So heads are still in the decent shape, specifically considering I didn't touch the bias. So that's the factory settings. Now try metal tape. And let's see how it will perform. All right. Source tape, 400 Hz. Now let's watch together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Linear, 11, 12, 13, minus 1 decibel, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.4, 20, 21. Left channel, give up 2 decibel, 22, 23.4, 25.4, oh, 24.4, 25, all right, 26, 27. Very good results, really nice deck, and you see it's records in phase. So that is a very rare case with the modern decks. All right. So looks to be a pretty good deck. Now, as everything is tuned, it's time to remove this board and recap. So tape transport works smoothly. So I may install the door back because we don't need to open it anymore. Boom. Looks really nice. Okay, that's one of the most beautiful decks which has been sold in the United States, and it has manual adjustments. Mine has bias and level, so it will be even more precise. I'm not sure how they did it, like CT-91 and my CT-91A, and like one port is missing. All right, see you soon. All right, new surprise. So here I just removed the holding ring, but what's that? That's black paste. This spring should be conducting ground from the chassis to this rod. I may think that it's some kind of conducting lubricant, but it was not in my deck, and I see how everything spread up across there on the panel. So someone did a poor job. All right, let me clean it up. See you soon. Hey guys, one more surprise. You see this switch? You see it's broken and it's glued together. So now I need to understand how I can pull the board out. I'm already removing the back panel, but this is preventing me to pull the board. We'll see how it will go. See you soon. Hey guys, one more surprise. These two cups are 4.7, and if I look into schematic, it should be 10 microfarads. All right. It makes it easy for me to replace, but that's what I'm already like mentioning, that it sounds a little bit different, like more on the like flat linear side than my deck. Maybe that is the root cause, but I'm not sure. But it's records and plays pretty well with 4.7, so we will stick with it. All right. Now let me work on it, and I see you pretty soon. All right, guys. Deck has been recapped with the WIMA caps, and those are responsible for the sound pass. As you may see, that's amount capacitors replaced. There was 4 by 1 microfarad and 20 by 4.7. All right, now let's turn it on, test before full assembly. And if everything will be fine, I will just close it, tune it, and it will be ready. Yeah, hello everyone, and here I'm testing speed and volume flutter. Speed is 3001, volume flutter between 0.04 and 0.05, which is perfect for DC motor in this age. The quality of the belts may be playing a role as well. Those are straight belts. One is a little bit thicker than the other. I believe it is still pretty good. So the best I get from this series of decks was 0.027 with brand new motor. Right, so it's very good results, and it will be playing really nice. Now everything is assembled, tuned, so I'm validating before fully closing it. All right, and I will do like comparison video. I will compare this deck with the one I have. The sound, I'm already listening it recording from the Dragon, listening factory tapes. It sounds really clear, so like same perfect bass. So from the Dragon recording is just perfect. Bass is very low and deep, so there is no limits, like as some of the guys commented on my previous video. It's this MKS series of capacitors, not MQP, the older one, and I'm pretty happy with how it performs. So it's close. Don't get me wrong, right? It's really close. However, the difference is that on the high frequencies, the clarity is unbelievable. All right, see you in a moment. I'm sorry, I had to pick up the call. So now let's switch interface to the levels. All right. Source mode, 250 nanoweber, +4 on this deck, zeros here. Now let's test recording. Technically it's almost there. Right channel, 0.2 decibel difference. Okay, switching to -20. $12 kilohertz, 15 kilohertz. I would adjust a little bit left channel. It's right here. Like that, so they would be even. Okay, on type 1 it will be +1 decibel, and it should be perfect. 18, 20, wow. Good, now. You see, as I adjust it on the high frequency, we get a difference between left and right channel here. but it will record pretty well, really. So 20 kilohertz, it is right here. So 18 kilohertz, pretty well for type 1 tape. Should be fine. I may adjust to make them even in between, but then like left channel will record a little bit lower. So they will be closer. I didn't mention it when I was testing on my VTVM, that there is like some difference between channels. Alright, let's check different tape types. Type 2. Yeah, that's closer. Still pretty good results. I may try to adjust a little bit high frequencies on the left channel. No, it don't help much. All right. Then this would be like on 10 kilohertz even, and like of 1 kilohertz and lower even. Here we have a little bit of difference. But the heads are worn, I told you before. And metal tape. It sounds really well. Tell you, that's one of the very good sounding decks. Okay, here is a balance between left, right. I believe on this tape needs to be adjusted. Yeah, on this tape on metal, I don't like what I see. Let's test with different metal tape. Oh, this one. Yeah, it's much more consistent. So it's probably a tape issue. This requires a little bit more high frequencies. That's a Sony tape. All right, 20 kilohertz. Good. All right, I believe that would be it. I will record music and test it, and we'll give it back. Thank you for your attention. Stay tuned for my channel. I will do a battle of WIMA capacitors versus Nichicon capacitors. Okay? A different technology. Let's see how it will perform. See you soon. And here, guys, everything is assembled. I'm recording. Here is a tape, source, tape. There's Dolby C, source, tape. Everything works. No problem at all frequencies there, and so on. Really, I'm glad with the results. Deck performs really smooth. It's quiet, tape transport. Also, while I was assembling, I get some like thoughts about the screws, so I installed like those black screws inside and like swapped with copper screws, copper plated. So now from the back everything looks as it should. All right, added couple screws like to fix this bottom panel. So fix it, works, and I'm glad that I would be able to give it back. one more time, guys. Stop testing my skills, find the good decks and send me like the ones which are still in a good shape, so it would be easy to work on, because it's a time consuming to find solutions for the problems, for missing parts, as for broken parts and so on. Like really, it's really hard. All right, thanks for your time. See you in my next videos. Bye bye.